In this video, you'll see what is the top 10 must-have units in Anime Defenders Update 5. Every units in this video are all obtainable and not from trading. I do want to know, what do you think is the best unit in this Update 5? Remember to subscribe and like. And with that being said, in no particular order, the first must-have unit is Celestial Key Master. Vegeta is one of the newest mythical ground unit, and he became one of the best damage per second, especially he becomes a full AoE at later upgrades in this new Anime Defenders Update 5. Celestial Key Master stats are max upgrade and max VLR, 37,406 damage with his SPA at 7.7 seconds, making his damage per second at 4,857.92, which is one of the best damage per second for a ground unit, especially at later upgrades. He becomes a full AoE and he is insanely good for realms. How to get Celestial Key Master is by summoning on the Trial of Zen banner, which you can use the flame tokens to summon. The best traits you can have on Celestial Key Master are Almighty, Requiem, Precision, and Sonic. Alright, next unit is Lunar Impress. Lunar Impress is one of the best damage per second hybrid unit in this new Anime Defenders Update 5 with her insane passive. Lunar Impress stats a max upgrade and max VLR, 288,424 damage with her SPA at 5 seconds, making her damage per second at 57,684.8, which is insanely good, which makes her the second best damage per second unit. Especially Lunar Impress has an insane passive where she gains 1% damage for every 20 kills she gets, which is honestly mad. And how to get Lunar Impress is through the secret lunar portal, which you can get lunar portals from raids. The best traits you can have on Lunar Impress are Almighty, Requiem, Position, and Sonic. Okay, next in is Shadow Dragon Unlock. Kafka is one of the best DPS and support unit, especially he has an ability to buff range by 25% and decrease cooldown by 15% in this new Anime Defenders Update 5. Shadow Dragon Unlock stats a max upgrade and max VLR, 57,525 damage with his SPA at 6.9 seconds, making his damage per second at 8,336.95, which is insanely strong, especially with him doing a buff, full AoE, and hybrid off the rip. That's honestly insane right there. How to get Shadow Dragon Unlock is by summoning from the exclusive Wish banner, which you'll be needing to have Wish to summon. And how to get Wish is through the game mode Hall of Mirrors, and they did buff the wishes, so I hope everyone will have a better chance on getting Shadow Dragon Unlock. The best traits you can have on Shadow Unlock are Almighty, Requiem, Precision, Bullseye, and Sonic. Alright, next in is Chance King. Hakari is still one of the best obtainable secrets you can get in this new Anime Defenders Update 5, especially with his insane stats at later upgrades, and he is a ground unit which will be overpowered in the new realm. Chance King stats a max upgrade and max VLR, 42,306 damage with his SPA at 10 seconds, making his damage per second at 4,231, which is one of the best damage per second with his insanely strong huge AoE circle, making him one of the best secrets. At the same time, Chance King is insanely strong for realm, as there are certain enemies that can only be damaged by ground units, so he's meta there, guys. The best traits you can have on Chance King are Almighty, Requiem, Precision, and Sonic. Okay, next in is Sage Deity. Sage Deity is one of the newest obtainable ground secret unit, and he became one of the best damage per second unit in this new Anime Defenders Update 5. Sage Deity stats a max upgrade and max VLR, 62,784 damage with his SPA at 7.3 seconds, making his damage per second at 8,654, which is insanely strong for a ground unit. Especially he is so meta for realm, as there are certain enemies that can only be damaged by ground units. How to get Sage Deity is by summoning on the Trial of Zen banner in realm, which you use the flame tokens to summon. The best traits you can have on Sage Deity are Requiem, Precision, and Sonic, as he is a 4 placement unit. Alright, next unit is Pro Gamer. Sung Jin Woo is one of the best obtainable secret unit you can have in your team in this new Anime Defenders Update 5. Yippee! Since at later upgrades, he becomes a line AoE, making him attack more enemies with his insane passive off-rip, guys. Pro gamer stats, a max upgrade and max VLR. 37,451 damage with his SPA at 8 seconds, making his damage per second at 4,681, which is honestly insanely strong, especially every time pro gamer killed an enemy, it will spawn as an ally summoner unit, which is so meta for leaderboard runs, infinites, raids, and portals, and many more. At the same time, pro gamer is insanely good for realm, as there are certain enemies that can only be damaged from ground units. The best trades you can have on Sung Jin Woo are Almighty, Requiem, and Precision. Okay, next unit is Demon Overlord. Demon Overlord is still one of the best ground damage per second unit, and he buffs other units bleed by 50% in this new Anime Defenders Update 5. Demon Overlord stats, a max upgrade and max VLR, 111,859 damage with his SP at 6.5 seconds, making his damage per second at 17,224.46, which is insanely strong, especially he is a mixture of support as he buffs bleed by 50%, and I do want to clarify that this is with Almighty trait stats. How to get Demon Overlord is through the new Demon Secret Portal. At the same time, Demon Overlord is insanely strong for realm, as there are certain enemies that can only be damaged from ground units. The best traits you can have on Demon Overlord are Almighty, Requiem, and Precision. Alright, next unit is Leon Captain. Leon Captain is still the best heal unit, especially she summons units as she kills the enemies in this new Anime Defenders Update 5. Leon Captain stats, a max upgrade and max VLR, 25,187 damage with her SPA at 8.6 seconds, making her damage per second at 2,928.72, which is insanely good as she summons as she kills the enemies. How to get Leon Captain is by summoning from the exclusive Wish banner, which you will be needing to have Wish to summon, and how to get Wish is through the game mode Hall of Mirrors, and you will be needing to do the modes, guys, to get Wish. Woohoo! The best traits you can have on Leon Captain are Almighty, Requiem, Precision, and Sonic. Okay, next unit is Demon King Peak. Demon King Peak is one of the best damage and support unit in this Anime Defenders Update 5. Demon King Peak stats, a max upgrade and max VLR, 42,959 damage with his SPA at 7 seconds, making his damage per second at 6,137, which is insanely strong, especially he will be able to slow down enemies, and he is hybrid on placement, which will be great for Hall of Mirrors, raids, and many more. Especially in the brand new realm, he is so meta there. The best traits you can have on Demon King Peak are Requiem, Precision, Bullseye, and Sonic. Alright, next unit is Radiant Monarch. Gilgamesh is one of the newest obtainable hybrid secret unit, and he became one of the best damage per second unit with his bleed in this new Anime Defenders Update 5. Radiant Monarch stats, a max upgrade and max VLR, 56,085 damage with his SPA at 8.6 seconds, making his damage per second at 6,521.51, which is one of the best DPS for a hybrid unit, especially he does bleed off rip, which makes him great against regeneration enemies as he will cancel out the regeneration. How to get Radiant Monarch is by summoning on the Trial of Radiance banner in realm, which you use the solar tokens to summon. The best traits you can have on Radiant Monarch are Requiem, Precision, and Sonic. Okay, next is Cursed Berserker Paladin. Guts is still one of the best damage per second unit in this new Anime Defenders Update 5, especially at later upgrades. He becomes a full AoE. Oh my gosh. Cursed Berserker Paladin stats, a max upgrade and max VLR, 48,733 damage with his SPA at 7.7 seconds, making his damage per second at 6,328.96, which is insanely good as he becomes a full AoE at later upgrades, and he also does a 40% crit chance. Oh my gosh. How to get Cursed Berserker Paladin is through the Curse Kingdom Secret Portal. At the same time, Cursed Berserker Paladin is insanely strong for Realm, as there are certain enemies that can only be damaged from ground units. The best traits you can have on Cursed Berserker Paladin are Almighty, Requiem, and Precision. Alright, next in is Dragon Mage. Ignia is still one of the best damage per second unit in this new Anime Defenders Update 5, especially he is a hybrid on placement and will be able to buff flame by 50%. Demon Mage stats, a max upgrade and max level are 327,893 damage with his SPA at 7.7 seconds, making his damage per second at 42,583.50, which is insanely good, especially he is a hybrid unit on placement and a full AoE at later upgrades. Oh my gosh. At later upgrades, he gets a brand new ability called Dragon's Wrath. When activated, he will nuke the enemies, which is insanely strong, and at the same time, he will be able to buff flame by 50%, which is quite overpowered if you ask me. How to get Dragon Mage is through the Ancient Dragon Secret Portal. The best traits you can have on Dragon Mage are Almighty, Requiem, Precision, and Sonic. Alright, next in it is Poseidon Sea Sovereign. Poseidon is one of the newest obtainable ground secret unit, and he became one of the best damage per second unit with his insane slow and full AoE at later upgrades in this new Anime Defenders Update 5. Poseidon Sea Sovereign stats, a max upgrade and max level are 59,674 damage with his SPA at 7.7 seconds, making his damage per second at 7,749.87, which is one of the best damage per second for a ground unit, especially he does slow off rip, and at later upgrades he becomes a full AoE. Oh my gosh, I love full AoE. How to get Poseidon Sea Sovereign is by summoning on the Trial of Neptune banner in Realm, which you use the Aqua tokens to summon. At the same time, Poseidon Sea Sovereign is insanely strong for Realm, as there are certain enemies that can only be damaged from ground units. The best traits you can have on Poseidon Sea Sovereign are Almighty, Requiem, Precision, and Sonic. Yippee yay! Finally, the last unit is Solar Overlord. Solar Overlord is one of the best damage per second unit in this new Anime Defenders Update 5 with his insane passive. Solar Overlord stats, a max upgrade and max level are 115,385 damage with his SPA at 6.6 seconds, making his damage per second at 17,482.57, which is insanely good as he is a hybrid unit on placement and does burn, which will be great against regeneration enemies. Hip hip hooray! Solar Overlord has an insane passive where he gains 1% damage for every wave he survives, making him one of the best for infinites, and the cap is 100%. How to get Solar Overlord is through the secret portal Solar Portal, which you can get solar portals from raids and challenges. The best traits you can have on Solar Overlord are Almighty, Requiem, and Precision. That was everything for this video on the top 10 must-have units in Anime Defenders Update 5. I hope this video helped you in some sort of way. Remember to subscribe and like, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.